Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the AFC North is shaping up to be even more competitive than usual. And right now, the buzz is all about a blockbuster trade rumor that could totally shake things up in the division, especially for the Steelers. Word comes from insider Diana Rossini that the Minnesota Vikings, currently sitting at 4-8 with a cap space of around $35 million, are considering a bold move, trading their star wide receiver Justin Jefferson to the Steelers. Yes, you heard that right. The Steelers could be adding one of the league's most explosive receivers to their arsenal. And it's all happening in the middle of a rebuild for the Vikings after Kirk Cousins' departure. This trade, if it goes down, would be monumental. Think about it. The Steelers, who have been searching for that reliable, game-changing receiver to pair with their quarterback, suddenly get handed Jefferson, a player who's been a true weapon since he entered the league. He's just 26 years old, but his career stats are eye-popping. Over his 5 seasons, he's amassed more than 800 yards receiving and 40 touchdowns. His PFF receiving grade has been top-notch, sitting at 93. That's among the best in the league, especially considering he's been consistent since 2020. And for Steelers fans, what's especially exciting is his yards per game, which hovers around 96. Making him a true vertical threat capable of stretching the field and opening up space for the offense. What makes Jefferson even more appealing is his efficiency and durability. He's not plagued by chronic injuries, just a hamstring issue in 2023 that didn't seem to slow him down much. His expected points added per target, EPA per target, of +1. 8 puts him right alongside the league's elite like Tyreek Hill. He's a yards after catch monster, averaging 14. 2 yards per reception and 264 yards per route run, which leads the league. His YAC, yards after catch, is impressive, and he's shown the ability to produce big plays consistently. Plus, his 2025 projection suggests he could be on track for around 400 yards a season, which is elite level. On the Vikings side, after the trade, they're clearly shifting focus toward rebuilding for the future. They're freeing up around $20 million in cap space, which they plan to use to draft a quarterback or bolster their offensive line. But their defense, which is giving up over 23 points per game and missing the YAC threat Jefferson provides, especially on deep routes, has taken a hit. Without Jefferson, their defense struggles even more, as they lose a player responsible for about 30% of their deep routes, which impacts their ability to cover the big plays. This move signals that the Vikings are willing to risk a potential offensive dip in 2024, but they're betting on long-term gains. Meanwhile, the Steelers are sitting at 6-6 with real playoff odds, and this move could be the piece that elevates their entire offense. Adding Jefferson to the mix with a talented duo like DK Metcalf would create a nightmare for defenses. Imagine the possibilities. Jefferson's route running and big play ability combined with Metcalf's size and speed. Together, they could produce around 600 yards combined, making the Steelers' aerial attack one of the top in the league almost overnight. It's a game changer. Jefferson's presence would open things up for Kenny Pickett, who's been showing flashes of potential, but needs that reliable threat to unlock his full upside. And speaking of the offense, we already know that the Steelers are trending upwards. Their red zone efficiency has improved significantly, with a TD rate up to 45%, a 12% increase from earlier in the season. That's partly due to their evolving red zone schemes, but adding a receiver like Jefferson would take that to a new level. His ability to make contested catches and find the soft spots in coverage would give Pickett a true go-to option in critical moments. And don't forget, with Metcalf still producing over 925 yards and Jefferson bringing even more explosiveness, the Steelers' attack becomes a nightmare for defenses trying to contain them. Of course, the trade isn't just about adding a star receiver. It's about the strategic shift for the Steelers. With this kind of weapon, they can diversify their offensive approach, making them less predictable. It also helps protect Kenny Pickett, who's been sacked less this season, partly because of improved protection, but also because of the threat of big plays opening up underneath routes and crossing patterns. Plus, with Jefferson's ability to turn short catches into long gains, the Steelers could see their YAC numbers skyrocket, which is vital in today's NFL where explosive plays often decide games. Looking ahead to the playoffs, this move could serve as a major X factor. Jefferson's deep route efficiency, with an 88% catch rate on deep throws, makes him a prime candidate to turn the tide in close games against divisional rivals like the Browns and Ravens. A late-game drive with Jefferson running a perfect route or making a contested catch could be the difference between a win and a loss in January. And for Steelers fans, that's exactly what makes this rumor so exciting. It's not just about adding talent, it's about transforming the entire offense into a more dynamic, unpredictable force capable of competing with the best in the AFC. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Steelers have been building steadily, and their recent performances show that they're trending in the right direction. Their defense, led by players like T.J. Watt, remains among the league's best at creating pressure, and the offense has shown flashes of potential, especially when their running game is clicking. But to truly contend, they need that extra spark, that game-changing receiver that can turn a 3rd and 8 into a 50-yard gain. Jefferson could be that spark. His addition would also send a message across the league. The Steelers are serious about re-establishing themselves as Super Bowl contenders, and they're willing to go all in to do it. From a strategic standpoint, the Steelers would likely craft their offensive game plan around Jefferson's strengths, utilizing him in multiple ways, on quick slants, deep routes, and as a yards-after-catch threat. His presence might also open up more options for the running game, as defenses would be forced to respect the passing attack more than ever before. This could lead to more running lanes for Najee Harris or Jaylen Warren, further diversifying the Steelers' offensive attack. And don't forget, with a more potent passing game, the Steelers' play-action game could become even more dangerous, setting up big gains and sustaining drives. The NFL trade deadline is always a whirlwind, and while nothing is official yet, the mere possibility of Jefferson donning the black and gold has Steelers fans dreaming of a deep playoff run. The division is tight, and every game counts. Adding a receiver of Jefferson's caliber could be the final piece needed to push the Steelers past their rivals and into serious Super Bowl contention. With Mike Tomlin's coaching and the talent already on the roster, this kind of move could propel Pittsburgh back into the national spotlight and remind everyone why they've been one of the league's most storied franchises. And as we look at the bigger picture, it's clear that this potential trade reflects a broader trend across the NFL. Teams are willing to make bold moves to maximize their window of contention. The Vikings, in a rebuild, are showing that they're willing to part with one of their best assets for future draft capital. The Steelers, on the other hand, are positioning themselves to take advantage of this shift. They've got the cap space, the draft picks, and now possibly the receiver to make a serious push into the postseason and beyond. It's a fascinating time for Steelers fans, and this rumor could be the start of something truly special. So, as the NFL season marches on, keep your eyes peeled. If this trade happens, it could be the turning point that elevates the Steelers from a good team to a true Super Bowl contender. The AFC North is about to get even more interesting, and Pittsburgh is right in the middle of the action. Whether Jefferson joins the team or not, one thing is for sure. The Steelers are making moves, and they're doing everything they can to bring another Lombardi trophy back home. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Jefferson wearing black and gold is the move that puts the Steelers over the top? Or do you believe this is too risky or unlikely to happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers organization. Remember, we're all in this together, and your voice is what makes this community so passionate. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news, rumors, and analysis. We're heading into a crucial stretch of the season, and with moves like this, the future looks bright for the Steelers. Let's go, Steel City.